This one, I took two 12-inch wood round that I got from Amazon, and I'm gluing both of them together using my premium wood glue, and I glue them together, and this is just to give it some thickness. You can use one or you can use two. And then I put them together. I'm going to use some clamps to clamp them together and set this aside to dry properly, and then we'll move on to the next step. Welcome back to my channel, my friends. If you are new, thank you for stopping by. If you are not new, welcome. This video is a part of the Un-bee-wreathable. I will share a little bit more about that further on in the video. So this was the next day and our wood round is dry. So here I'm just taping off a section because I'm going to be painting this with three different colors: folk art Adirondack, black licorice, and yellow daffodil. Now they're all painted. I'm removing the tape, and you want to make sure that it's dry properly before you start removing the tape because you don't want to mess your work up. So I flip the tape over and I'm now taping that down on the yellow side, right on the edge. I did the same thing with the white, just tape that down right on the edge, and in the middle is where I'm going to be putting the black paint. And the black paint is very pigmented. You don't need a lot. As you notice, I'm using just what is inside the cap, and I had to damp the brush a little bit to get it to spread evenly. So you don't need a lot for that. And now that is done, I took a small paintbrush and I'm using the tip of the paintbrush to just give me some dots. This is embellishment. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. After that was done and dried, I'm using this stencil that I got from Temu. I'm only going to be using that section with the welcome. I'm not using the top part with the gnomes. And I am painting or taping down sections of the black area because I don't want the black to cover that. I'm going to use white for that section. And then I took my sponge dapper that I made. All you need is one of those little wooden sections from the Dollar Tree sponge brushes and a piece of sponge with some hot glue, and you got a dapper. So now that part is done, I'm using a small paintbrush just to paint sections of the E that was on the white part, and then on the black part I'm going to use the white paint to paint that section. So I took another piece of sponge and some white paint, and I'm just dabbing that in that area. And so as not to mess up the part that's already painted, I flip the tape over and then just continue dabbing that. Now for my leaves, I got these from a leaf wreath that I got from an Amazon outlet, and they're too shiny. So I just took some moss, Waverly moss, and a dry chippy brush, and I'm just dusting them to tone down the sheen, give them that rustic, dusted look. And I made a swag with a piece of craft sticks, and I'm just using the furniture marker now to cover, to just paint that out a little bit. And next, before I did anything else, I took some Mod Podge and seal everything. I am going to be drilling holes in my board. If you did not see my review of this Hardell rotary tool, you can check the link right above here. I will link that so you can check that out. I published that yesterday. I'm falling in love with this tool already because it drills, sands, it buffs, it carves, so handy. So now that I got the holes drilled, I'm going to add my hanger, and of course got this cord from the Dollar Tree, and it's so fuzzy, so I'm just using the lighter to burn off the fuzz. Now you can add the jute on the board and then burn off the fuzzies, or you can do it before. I do it either way. So once I burn that off, I fed it from the outside or from the back to the front, and then tied 2 knots to keep it in place. And then now I decided that this needed a little bit more something. So I took my gold marker and I'm bordering the black section right there, and I did that on both sides. And then to tack down the hanger, I just use a little hot glue to do that at the front as well as the back. And then I glued on the swag, just using a lot of hot glue there. And then to keep that in place, I took my heavy duty stapler gun and just stapled that down. Now for the sake of time, I'm going to make a bow off camera, but this is the piece that I'm going to be cutting from this piece of ribbon, and I'm going to cut off what I need and fold that in two, dovetail the ends, and then just cut that in an angle. Now you can leave your tail in one piece. I cut mine in two, and then I just scrunch up the ends and glue those down. And here I'm gluing them onto the board separately. And like I said off camera, I made a 6-loop bow and used one for the centerpiece, and I'm just fluffing that now, and then I'm going to glue that on top. And this is what it looks like. Yes, six loops, and then use one for the middle piece. And I have these stickers, bee stickers, in my stash. I got these from Amazon last year when I was doing my Un-bee-wreathable last year, and I just selected that one, paste it down there, and this one is done. We landed this plane. Let me know what you think about this one. This one is my favorite. Now this is Un-bee-wreathable DIY challenge hosted by myself and my sweet friend Tammy from Happiness Created. We did it last year, and this time we're doing it again. Below I will leave all of our links as well as the playlist. So now let's jump into our second inspiration. This is a fall piece that I got from Dollar General last year, and here I'm removing the faux lace and also this metal piece that's at the top, and you see that went flying, my friends. And then I took a piece of paper towel, soaked that off. I am going to give this 2 coats of folk art in coconut milk, and that's the base color. And then I went over it now with apple barrel yellow, and this is what it looks like. I also painted the lid with the black paint and dried that properly. And this stencil I got in a set from Amazon. I'm going to use this bee and a part of the honeycomb right on the top left right there, and I'm just taping it down. Now guys, what I realize is that the acrylic paint on top of the chalk paint is not good. So if you notice right there, a little piece of it lifted and you can see the white below. That's not good, but I'll fix that in the end. And I put the tape down and seal it and then try to lift it, and that lifted the paint. Then I took my stencil brush again and a little of the black paint, and I'm stenciling our little bee. And I'm going to do the same for the honeycomb right at the top there. So I'm dipping the brush in the paint, offloading. So if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel, we do a lot of budget-friendly crafting. So if that is your jam, you are in the right place. Make sure to subscribe before you leave. I would truly appreciate that. And this is what it looks like. So that is where I said that the paint lifted and you can see the white underneath, but that's okay. I just took a brush with a little of the same paint and fixed that. And once it dried properly, I'm now sealing it with the Mod Podge. Next, I cut a piece of buffalo check ribbon. I just cut a piece off, and I'm going to start add a little from the back. Hot glue, glue down one end, took it around to the front, and then glue down the other end. I also made a bow from the same buffalo check ribbon, glued that on top right in the middle. And then these little bees I got in a set from Temu. I'm just going to add 2 of them right here. All I did was just made a shoelace bow and then glued that down. I was going to do something with that little honey dipper that you see rolling in the corner, but I changed my mind. Somehow it disappeared and I forgot to do something with it. And that's it for this one, my friends. You can have this standing as a shelf sitter or a little hanger to the back if you want to hang this. Now this is what it looks like. You'll see more of that in the final reveal. We were supposed to make a wreath because of course it says Un-bee-wreathable. So this is my wreath. I had this wicker wreath in my stash. So I'm taking some Waverly antique wax and a piece of rag, and I'm just dusting that off, not applying too much, just enough so I can change the neutral color of the wreath. This is not necessary because here I am using a piece of burlap ribbon to wrap this. Now if you want to, you can paint your wreath. If not, you can wrap it just as it is. Next, I took a few pics of sunflower. I had these in my stash. That little piece of foam board, I cut that out, and then I took another of my bee sticker. Now I'm going through my paper pack here because I'm going to be using a piece of that to cover my foam board. And I selected this one, and then I used a glue stick to just glue that down onto the paper and cut that out. My friends, if you are enjoying the content so far, be sure to give it a like and comment down below because I enjoy reading your comments. So once I placed that down there, I just cut that out and sanded down the edge. And now it's ready for further embellishment. So I peeled off the sticker, the bee sticker, added that to the center of my little foam piece here. And then I'm just testing it how I wanted it to be placed on the wreath. Then snipped off my little pieces of sunflower, just leaving enough stem so I can run that or feed that through the burlap on both sides. And then I'm going to glue the middle piece, the foam piece in the center, add a little bow to the top, add a little hanger at the top. This is our Proverbs for today. Proverbs 19 verse 15 says, "Lazy people sleep soundly, but idleness leaves them hungry." Words to think about. A Proverbs a day keep laziness away. Would you agree? So now, my friends, I'm wrapping up this one and we are heading into the final reveal. Don't forget to check out the playlist down below as well as all the channels that are listed there. So now let's head to the final reveal. Here we are, my friends. This one, of course, is my favorite. But that is just me. Let me know what you think. Which one was your favorite? And don't forget, like I said, don't forget to check out the playlist down below. And if you enjoy budget-friendly content like this one, be sure to give me a like, a comment, and share with your friends because sharing is caring. These are so beautiful. Love the colors, how they just pop. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Be sure to enjoy the rest of the playlist. And again, if you are new, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you would consider subscribing to my channel. If you enjoy budget-friendly content, I will leave a video right here that you can check this one out when you get done watching the playlist, of course.